trust you, pigeon. It's all fun and games till we get attacked. Episode 560 of the TV Dudes, recorded October 9th, 2025. Black Rabbit.
This week, we're checking out the Netflix series Black Rabbit, where Jude Law and Jason Bateman play differently bad brothers in the restaurant mob game.
Ah, yes, the old bar-to-bookie pipeline. It's a tale as old as time.
Song as old as rhyme.
Bateman's ass gets beat.
But before we get to that, I'm Nick.
And I'm Les. And we're the TV Dudes. And you know a bunch of Lapin Noir isn't all we watched this week. To the Diaries!
Actually.
Oh, Patreon first?
Well, yeah, but I was also going to ask, what the fuck is Lapin Noir? What?
Black Rabbit.
Okay, got it.
French.
Oh, right. You're French-speaking ass. Got it. But yes, the patreon.com/TV Dudes lets you hear the weekly show for free, plus a $1 a week pledge gets you an extra episode every week. We wrap up we're wrapping up our urban warfare marathon with the little seen and less understood Price of Milk,
That's
the New
right.
Zealand film.
2000's The Price of Milk, available over to you on YouTube, so if you can go watch along with us.
There's also other rewards on there at different tiers, including reading reviews on the show and whatever, but also showrunner pick, which I believe we're doing next week.
Yes, we are going to do next week. John Paul's picked our show for next week.
But honestly, just go over to the Patreon and check it out. You don't even have to.
No,
it's just a great place to check out our
best
stuff
way
on
to
the
get
site.
the actual show too.
Yeah.
And now to the Diaries.
And now, Les, what did we watch on the plane? I don't know if we
honestly,
I don't know if
I
we
had
mentioned
such
this.
A short, weird flight to.
I know, like JPV, mentioned I had no diaries last week. I'm like, oh, sorry, we're actually both
out of town the same week.
But I flew and you drove.
I drove to the middle of the country.
So what did I watch on the plane versus I think we had an idea of maybe we were doing that last time, but what did we watch on the plane was a Patreon I think we've done before.
Yeah.
But I watched Luckiest Man America on the plane.
Ah, yes, Paul Walter Hauser.
I actually watched it half on the way there and half on the way back.
Nice.
Because I watched Megan the first time, Megan 2.0 again. But yeah, actually a very good movie. I don't know how it actually follows real events. It feels like it's really condensing things down, so it gets all done in that real-time thing. Mostly my takeaway is that Walton Goggins is wow, if he didn't really hit it off as a character actor, he could have really gone into business as a game show host. He has a real, southern, hokum charm,
There's still time.
Is this the most beautiful woman in America?
If Pete Davidson's right and we all turn on him.
Well, your husband has beautiful taste.
Love it.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting, and I know that the guy was probably he might not be the most psychologically healthy guy in the world, but also he's not cheating.
He just is better at fucking press your luck than you are.
It's better than the documentary I watched that one time where basically paints him as a fucking villain.
Seriously.
But
yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
You know which one I'm talking about. There's
by the end of it, and we got him. No, seriously, your game just I'm sorry, you invented Gold Case and dude figured it out.
Man, more than 5 panels, Jerry? God damn it. It would have cost too much money. Would it have cost $60,000 fucking dollars?
That's great. I'm definitely gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, but I also watched a movie called Time Trap, which I've been meaning to watch a while. It's basically about another riff on the Fountain of Youth. A professor goes to try and find out what happened to his parents that were hippies that went to go investigate this cave in the 60s. And he goes missing, and then his students jump in to try and find him, and they go missing. And it turns out that time moves slower in this cave.
Okay.
Or time outside you go into a time portal, time moves at an incredibly slower rate, and also as the deeper they go in the cave, they realize the time moves even slower.
It's dilating. Yeah.
It's dilating. And man, this dude walks in and he's like, "Hey, don't worry, dog. My lovable and always there dog. I will be right back."
Oh no! He Futuramas it. Oh,
dude, you never see that dog again.
Oh,
and you're like, that dog died.
That dog
there.
dies outside a pizza place.
Yeah,
God damn.
Fuck.
Oh, that's terrible.
So what it's funny is that it's all set in a cave. It's a very low budget up until like the end. It kind of goes nuts, but it's a low budget thing. So most of it is just them reacting to. They get down in the cave and their ropes are like someone. They think someone cut their ropes.
Right.
And it's like, nope. It was actually just friction over a long course of time. Based on where the rope was, where it wasn't dilating,
right?
Because now the rope is half in, the half out,
right. You made like a weather tension point, yeah.
And they get down there, and the kid they leave up there to radio them in, and like they immediately radio him in, and he's somewhere else in the cave, like, help me, I'm dying, like, because he jumped in 3 days after them. But to them, it's basically instantaneous.
Yeah.
So he fell into the hole, basically, to them.
Right behind them.
But then they find...
But moments make a difference.
And then they find on this kid's corpse, which also, great job killing a kid.
Right. I'm definitely have to watch this movie.
They find on this kid's corpse his fucking video file, whatever, and then they can't make sense of the time stamps. Like, dude, no, 5 minutes ago we walked in here. The sun's setting on his video. What the fuck is going on here? And it's like, this is a prank? Like, it's a dumb prank if it is. Like,
right.
Some of the people are more willing to accept what's happening than others. Of like, look, I'm not saying it makes any sense.
But I'm saying what's happening.
I'm saying we've been down here longer than I think we have. Like, they start to think that because they see it go bright and then dark, it's a day and night cycle. And like, it goes every second, you know? It's like, oh man, is every one of those a day? And then slowly they start to realize that those
are seasons, or
they're seasons.
Fuck.
Because the sun
is moving so quick that you're not seeing
the sun is moving so quick, you're actually seeing where its position is in the sky is moving.
Right.
So each one of those is a year.
They
like they're starting like immediately, like they pop out and the geography is completely different.
Right. No, you would start to get some fucking H.G. Wells.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna have to watch.
They run into cavemen down there that are kicking the shit out of them. And there is a fountain of youth down there that totally works, but like it's hard. Like, I mean, sure, you can go down there and get it, but by the time you come out, whoever you were getting for is
right.
Whatever world you were getting it for is completely done. Like a guy in a spacesuit, 8 feet tall, comes down speaking completely different language and basically just shows them a history of Earth or whatever. Like, dude, how long have we been down here? Long enough for humans to get 8 feet tall and learn a different fucking language.
Right. Like, seriously, by the time you get back up here, they're going to speak the true.
So it's an interesting movie. It's definitely lower budget, but it has a.
I'm gonna watch the shit
out of that. It has a really big idea, and I really respect the swing on it.
I'm gonna watch the fuck out of that. That's gonna go on the list of like all the weird, Man from Earth type shit.
But since you were driving, I'm imagining you didn't actually get to watch.
No, I barely watched any TV.
You didn't watch much in the car?
No, I did watch about half of Midnight Run, which I realized Lisa had never seen.
All right.
And her folks love, which was fun. Like getting to, I forget sometimes like the movies that my in-laws also love. I'm like, oh yeah, Midnight Run, turn that up. That's great. This part coming up, it's great. As we're taking down, decorations for this wedding.
Midnight Run's an old people movie, I think.
Yeah. No, I totally. It was also fun all weekend being able to like, somebody brought up Oingo, or somebody brought up Danny Elfman, and my father-in-law did not think he, like, or I heard from the other room of like, who? Yeah, he was in a band called Oingo Boingo. What? And I popped in the room and was like, Will, you've seen Back to School. Yeah. The band at the party, Dead Man's Party? Yeah. That's Danny Elfman. All right. And like I could just see like Lisa like That's not Danny. I mean, yes, that's Danny Elfman, but like, god damn it, that's not why you know Danny Elfman.
That's not why you know Danny Elfman, you fucking
the
idiot.
Simpsons theme.
So like, hey, you know the composer that isn't John
right.
that isn't John Williams? It's it's the other guy.
The Academy Award for Best Score, not Danny Elfman, goes to
like no, like dude, Batman, like fucking
right. like Danny Elfman.
Danny
every
Elfman.
Tim Burton movie. Nightmare Before Christmas. Like,
just but Tim Burton loves that guy.
It was nice to like have a moment of like, wait, I remember, I know all the movie references that this dude will know.
Mm-hmm.
So no, but we didn't watch a whole lot. Ended up watching a few episodes of Goldberg's, and then getting back here and immediately just catching up on Desserts.
Yeah,
it's not true. While at my mom's, I watched Hostage on Netflix, which I would recommend. It is 5 episodes long. It is a British prime minister and a French prime minister at the start of a trade negotiation. The British prime minister's husband gets taken hostage inside of French territory, and it's not like it's simple to solve this or anything, but it is complicated immediately by the fact that nobody can talk directly to each other without losing ground on some other negotiation that also seems ghoulish to care about at the time, but you have to.
But you're the heads of your state. Right. You have to give a shit.
You've got other you've got other people in parliament that like don't give a fuck and are going to use this for points in their own move, and like, and then it gets into the spycraft of like, no, but there's a lot of Doctors Without Borders. How they know where exactly the prime minister's husband was, and like, is there a mole, or is there a who's leaning on who? Between the diplomatic pressure of the show and the spycraft of trying to solve who the fuck kidnapped these people, we tore through it. Like, I think I was at my mom's for one full day, and on that day, we basically just laid around and watched Hostage. Would recommend. Very much enjoyed it. Julie Delpy played from the Before Sunrise, Midnight, whatever movies. She plays the French prime minister. It's a trip. On to desserts. So, we'll save Peacemaker for last because it actually wrapped this week.
Yes, finale.
But I believe there's actually more Gen V. I cannot believe that Gen V still manages to pull the trick of me forgetting things that were in The Boys.
Yeah.
And them just pulling them casually over. Yeah. Because the return in this double...
Yeah,
caught up on 2 episodes this week.
Yeah.
But the return of Stan Edgar was awesome.
Well, the return of Sage was pretty cool too.
Right.
But Stan Edgar was like a topper on top of that. Like,
yeah, very much enjoyed that. Yeah, Sage as well. And we'll get in a moment to my maybe largest criticism of either this or The Boys so far total, which also happened in this most recent episode. But Sage, like you said, Sage is back. We had the blood battle. Which ends with Marie leveling up on her powers, and not tearing the goat, not bursting the goat.
But it also like puts Kate back in Elmira. And they gear. So this is one of the points where they did enough now. Where I was like, when they gear up to go save Kate from Elmira, and who's the main proponent of it? Marie.
Right.
And no one else brings it up. She brings it up herself. Like, and Jordan's like, there's a reason you didn't come save us. It's a suicide mission. Like, almost letting her off the hook.
Right.
And I think, what does Marie say? But she says something to the effect of,
like, I almost cut myself every single day I was in there. I heard you crying yourself to sleep every night.
It's terrible in there. Like, and my biggest regret is I didn't come back.
And honestly, I was amazed that as mad as I was at Marie earlier in the season, how much that actually worked for me. That, right or wrong, suicide mission or not, she is now in a position where she cannot not
go back.
She's not going back for Kate. She's going back in her head for you.
Yeah, and
in a weird way.
Yeah.
But Emma, like, no man, fuck Kate.
Yeah, Emma is on team fuck Kate, and like, I love that. I'm like, oh, so your plan is just to leave there here to die? Like, yes. No.
Fuck
I don't
you.
know.
God damn it.
Fuck. I don't know,
All right,
man.
Fine.
Shit.
Fine. I also cracked up at her calling Sam and him going, no.
No, I think you
Nope.
were right. Kate's a bad person.
Kate's a terrible person. Don't do this.
Yeah. I also like Sam realizing that, like, yo, dude, what was it, his grandfather or something?
Yeah,
is
like, no, the mental illness ran in your family. V didn't actually give you this
No,
part.
and he's like, oh, I was always going to be this. It wasn't the V. And so he has to really kind of come to terms with some of that. And it seems like he's getting more leveled. I think he said he's on new meds or whatever, but he's like, he's leveled out some, but he's never going to quite always be there.
No, and he's always going to be insanely dangerous.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, there's always a Planet Hulk argument.
Well, he
here.
flicks his wrist,
Or,
and he flicks his
World
wrist,
War
and he
Hulk.
basically caves in his dad's chest.
Right. Like,
Like, he doesn't. They don't show him dying.
Sternum.
But he can't breathe. Like, he's having a
Yeah. Not good. Yeah. Him showing up was cool. Revealing that Marie's sister does in fact have powers.
Yeah, I mean, that does make sense of, like, if you're going to V up one kid, why not the other one?
Right. But also, in these couple of episodes, we see Cypher's actual plan, like what Project Odessa really was.
Yeah.
Which was trying to make a next tier of supers. Because we
saw the first batch
actually
of them.
caught on this.
Yeah.
That, like, hey, I know it's funny for the show, but don't most of these students suck?
Yes. And it looks like that the first batch of these, which we saw in the opening of the season, Godolkin himself, like, hey, don't take that. And all the powers basically killed everyone
In the
room. So I think they went in two directions. One, lesser powers that don't kill you but aren't as impressive. And upper, where most of the babies will get killed.
Right.
But you get better powers.
Right. Or trying, like, stuff that is medically more atrocious. Like, instead of guys who voluntarily put it in their own arm, trying to, like, they were in the blastocyst stage, so, like, in vitro fertilization let them fuck with the egg before implantation.
I like to think that they only said Project Odessa, but I like to think there's different levels of this. Like, you can give them a certain level of it, and then most babies survive, but you get the chameleon power or whatever, right. Or you can be invisible,
right?
But you don't get
you can shrink and grow.
You can shrink and grow, but there's the level of, like, 1 in every 10. Okay, so 10 babies are gonna die before you get one A train,
right?
Or what do you call it? Black noir.
Right.
Like, it's like some really high level shit.
Then it's not that you won't get some good powers out of that, but it's going to be a rarity. Like, you're going to have to audition the 7 planet wide,
and that's a lot of dead fucking babies. But also there's the god tier ones, which as far as we know, only Homelander and Marie.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many fucking. They said, like, well, you're the only survivors of the test, and they never mentioned how big the pool was.
Right.
But I can only imagine that it was significant.
Right.
You'd have to kill a lot of babies before this is unviable.
Breaking a lot of eggs to make this omelet here.
The reveal that Marie, like, well, one, them getting captured basically immediately.
That was honestly
it's fucking hilarious. Like,
and I can't believe how much it landed. That, like, it knocks the wind out of Kate that they came.
Yeah, that
it doesn't, like, failed or not.
So Kate,
you can tell that it
Kate's
knocks
now on
her
the team
down.
Kate's
that, like, there's nothing I've done.
No, like, this doesn't make sense.
Like, I don't deserve it, and, like, yeah, fuck you. You don't. Yeah.
So Kate kind of almost mounts the rescue herself.
Right.
But I like that.
Give
like,
me your keys. Oh, God, that almost. I mean, I guess it still worked.
Yeah.
Kate's powers.
They're always gonna be a crapshoot. I Marie, I'm like, man, I think you need to just fix Kate's powers just to get a little more consistent, because honestly, we don't know the fucking
dangerous.
Now they're just kind of fucking dangerous.
I'm also a little worried that Marie's about to make Kate's powers off the scale. But before that, the reason we know that Marie can fix things, the total, and I love that Marie actually gets this. This is one of the few times where they're all smart this episode. That Marie gets it immediately of, like, no, he killed my sister. Cypher killed my sister.
Killed my sister to see if I could bring him back.
if I could do it.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Like I am gonna level up to a god tier power because I'm gonna fucking kill him.
No, like I kind of like the idea of he's made one mistake, and the fact is that it worked.
Right.
Like that his plan worked, and I'm God tier up means that I'm gonna go fucking kill him.
All right, and so now let's go ahead and discuss the most annoying and probably biggest overall thing happening on the show.
Well, they bring
spoilers for Gen V here.
Yeah, they bring in Giancarlo Esposito to save them from with his granddaughter, Tentacle Face, to save him from fucking Viking guy. And he goes and brings them to a bunker and lays down the thing and he's gonna offer them a deal for.
I got a kick out of the fact that he didn't know where they were.
Yeah.
But because those dipshits sent that giant Viking dude, who granted is nigh unkillable. Like it's like sending the Tick. But I love that. Oh no, I do have a tracker and oh no, I fed Terry 6 trackers in his yogurt.
The fact that he can fuck with Sam is pretty impressive. Like we've seen Sam is kind of crazy.
Because I was thinking earlier, like Sam is one of the top. If you weren't also nuts, Sam is one of the top tier things you ever got out of in vitro baby. I mean, not in vitro, but just giving it to babies. Because Sam could fly. Sam's crazy powerful.
So he brings him down to a bunker with zinc lining and has a whole plan of, I'm gonna get control back of Vought, but I need some allies to and basically he's making a deal for Marie. But this is a cool part of any show where they all start to share what info they have separate and they start to pool it all together. So they start to share Cypher has a guy in a fucking pneumatic tube.
Like a hyperbaric chamber.
In a hyperbaric chamber, and he's all burnt up or whatever after
we saw the cold open
Edgar,
of Godolkin.
Yeah, and after Edgar basically mentions that Godolkin fucking died in a fucking fire. And so they put 2 and 2 together on that point of I think that guy in the tube might be fucking Godolkin.
And Cypher, the Hamish, I can't remember the actor's name, from Legion and everything, he's obviously keeping him prisoner and pulling memories from his head. We basically go around this table, and I can understand all the Godolkin kids being this dumb.
Yeah.
But I know, come on, audience. I know the rest of the audience. I'm not the smartest man in the world.
Come on.
Everybody else is also 2 steps ahead on this, right?
This is pretty
Cypher is Godolkin.
Babytown frolics. Yeah.
And honestly, I love it as a supervillain origin. It's amazing. He all but has his own last name as his power set. He's the guy that invented the collars and crap, and his power is controlling. Puppets.
And how Edgar mentions it is that Godolkin was all about controlling superheroes, and it seems that Cypher is another step up of superhuman supremacy. And I was almost like his methodology was made extreme by maybe a horrendous event. Maybe burning to death. And he, how would he have survived? And no one asked how did he survive the fire? I don't know. Maybe he was around a bunch of fucking superhuman serum.
Barry Allen, I don't know how did the guy become Flash, man?
The guy that was all about his obsession was controlling superheroes, and all of a sudden he's being held prisoner by a guy that his power is controlling superheroes. I mean, come on.
So when he's fucking Sage, younger guy is fucking Sage.
Yeah.
Sage is looking at the guy in the tub.
Sage knows what's up.
Sage knows what's up.
Mm-hmm.
But he also has Sage hit him in the face, hit the young guy in the face a couple of times, right?
Right.
Because he definitely likes that. And when he realizes that his plan hasn't quite gone off correctly and they've escaped, he uses younger body to hit older guy in the face. You dumb pink dumpster baby.
Yeah.
I think all of that stacks up to confirm it.
Yeah, no,
I will be absolutely stunned if that is not the thing. And like I said, I'm okay with all the kids from Godolkin being not smart, because god damn, it took Marie so long to realize that why does he think I'm special? Okay, for the 5th time, my lord, everything has blood, dipshit. But separate, I can't abide Stan being dumb.
That sucks. Like, that he can't instantly put it together.
I deeply want there to be a, well, I didn't tell you idiot kids.
No, he seems just immediately wrong about what's going on. And it's a little bit
like
frustrating.
Underestimating this in a way that I didn't. When they're like, he used to run Vought. Yeah, but it's a volatile market. I'm into other ventures now.
Right. And he's
I do like his line.
I do like his ploy, like his daughter died, basically.
Right. And his Doom Patrol bunker is hilarious.
Mm-hmm. I like that he changes, like, Godolkin does change the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't quite figure it out, but he knows enough that Godolkin being alive changes the game for him of, like,
yeah, because he shut Odessa down.
Yeah.
There were only 2 live babies. One of them is the worst thing that they've ever unleashed on the planet.
So I was going to use you, and basically, for your undying loyalty or whatever, going to offer you and your family sanctuary and all that shit. But now we got Godolkin, maybe we can do something with Homelander.
Right.
Like, that seems to be the idea of, if anyone knows how to bring down Homelander, it's Godolkin.
Right.
And so they don't realize that Godolkin is all on the superhuman supremacy train.
Except that we know that, like, Stan's like, no, he wants superhuman Uber Alice, like he wants.
Yeah.
It's that they. I don't understand they don't see it.
He knows Cypher wants it, and I guess that's
that's the gap. We understand Cypher and Godolkin are the same person. They don't.
And he thinks Cypher's goal is different than Godolkin's. Godolkin was always about.
That's right.
Because he thinks Godolkin is a human, and he wanted to control Supes.
Right.
Doesn't realize Godolkin took V to survive that fire, and is now one step above, and it's not enough to control Supes anymore.
Right.
It's supremacy, and not even just supremacy. Like, he's actually he's a step ahead of Homelander on this one.
Right.
Like, he's not Nazi, he's Hydra. Like,
right.
You guys aren't Nazi enough. He wants to wipe out, what was it, 75%? Of the student Supes. Body. It's not enough to have a power. You got to have a cool power.
Right. No more quantum singularity assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see,
like, it's one level of, hey, so no, you can't have you got to have blonde hair, blue eyes, hair, blue eyes, and you got to be a specific religion. I don't know. You also got to wear a hat.
Right.
But I can wear a hat right now, not enough.
No,
like,
not enough
like
hat.
It seems kind of arbitrary of, like, okay, what's a cool power? I guess that you'll decide that.
Right. I think, yeah, I assume Hydra will just let me know, right?
I mean, the lactose guy in fucking Misfits turned out to be super powerful.
And so, what I don't understand on our shitty Doom Patrol in the bunker is how they don't see that Marie herself is the stop. Like, you don't need to go make a deal with whoever you think Godolkin is to control Homelander.
Yeah.
Marie can burst Homelander.
So
there's or at least burst inside Homelander.
So her healing her sister from basically conquering death,
right,
makes me think even more strongly how we end this whole series, Boys and Gen V, is that Marie or Odessa Project or whatever figures out a way to burn out the V in people's blood.
I think so. She to me is the House of M. Like, she's the no more.
She's about to be the Amon and Korra, like, blood bending.
Right.
Like, your bending gets taken away. Fucking ending. And to me, that's the only way to. Homelander getting killed and beaten to death seems kind of passé to me. Him being laid low, like, I want to see him try to fly and fall.
Right.
Like, that would be...
And a crowd tear him apart in a square.
Yeah, like... but they gotta have that moment where he's fucking,
right,
like, powerless.
Right. And you know he's gonna cry like a baby as soon as he skins a knee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I am enjoying the shit out of Gen V. I can't wait for more Boys and see where this goes still. I think there's at least one more.
Yeah. I can't grow big. Say something nice about me. Like what?
Like what?
God damn.
Fuck you, Kate.
Fuck you, Kate.
And Emma's still my favorite. I love her so much. She's so great. So, to the finale episode, Full Nelson, the finale episode of Peacemaker. They did a few different, like, some of the themes that were weird through this season, they were taking a bigger swing on. This season didn't quite go where I thought it was going to go. What it did that was clear through the entire thing was give John Cena just miles and miles of rope, and he did all the right things with it.
He's
Oh my god,
really...
he killed so many emotional scenes this season, and so many in these last 2 episodes.
It's hard to believe that James Gunn did not want him for Peacemaker when they were first making it. He wanted Dave Bautista, I think.
And Cena
and someone convinced him of Cena, and Cena sees that as a point of pride.
That's my face. Yeah, your face is a square with 2 dots.
Like that Cena knows that Gunn didn't want him at first and won him over is like one of his most proud
and my
moments.
God. When I think back, so the dance scene in the very first episode before the girl attacks him, there was behind the scenes or interview or something where like Cena talked about like, no man, I don't dance. Like that's not, I don't know how to dance, or like dancing's not. And that Gunn finally was like, hey man, so you like pose and preen in the ring, right? Like, you know, he's like, oh yeah, just do all that.
Yeah.
And so like that's what Cena's doing in that first episode. Like it's not really dance moves, it's very much ring posing. And when he has his moment with Harcourt,
this feels
episode,
very real. Like
that's natural, loose, like that's. And I feel like John Cena as a person has loosened up and grown and likes himself more somehow through this experience. Like I feel like he's gotten better across the picture. Them setting up the agency at the end of this episode,
that's pretty cool.
Works so well. And
checkmate.
When I'm sitting there the whole time thinking, where's my big fight where y'all whoop Rick Flag's ass?
Yeah.
And like, no, that's
or
a bigger,
or where Keith comes back and fucking
And like, no, those are all going to be bigger other problems, future things, maybe.
Yeah, though, they used the theme song in the first season in a big action sequence to finish it off. In this one, they used the theme song in a big emotional character sequence where they're all starting that agency together. Man, even having Tim Meadows on there.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking hilarious. But again, we had 2 to catch up on.
Yes.
So we didn't actually talk about the one where they escape the Nazi planet.
Yes.
And Nazi world is... really fun. Judo Master is a great moment without a bio.
Zippity zap, bitches. That is the second
most. That is the most people I've ever killed in a swimming pool with a telephone wire.
Wires. Wait.
What is the second most amount of people you've ever killed in a swimming pool with telephone wires?
4.
Well, you had that answer ready to go.
Remember that time when you just tased me over and over and over and over and over?
But yeah, Harcourt hugging Chris on the back of the peace cycle.
Oh man,
like is a real.
I was surprised how much that worked for me. That Harcourt's only really comfortable and vulnerable during, like, they've got a fleet of Smokey the Bandit style, like chasing them down, all these cops.
Also, the reveal on Blue Dragon is really good because at first he's just like,
there's so much to unpack in that.
At first, it's basically like, hey, we gotta get them and basically get rid of them before the portal technology is as illegal in this world as it is in ours. Like,
and shit being illegal in this world means it's
for real,
illegal.
Like, so they wipe out a bunch of cops
to
take these guys in.
You killed a dozen innocent.
Like, man, like, cops aren't in this world aren't innocent. That's the first thing you got to learn. What the fuck? I sound like a rube.
We talked about the off my, like, right after we were watching it, all the little things to unpack in the similarities and differences of Robert Patrick's character of Augie.
Well, it seems to be the tragedy of Augie's character in either world is the fact that he lives in a world he is deeply uncomfortable with, but also feels like he can't do anything about.
Right.
White Dragon and Blue Dragon other than facing off with Chris, White Dragon doesn't really do anything furthering white supremacy. Right. He just believes in it, but also he's not really doing anything about it. Right. And Blue Dragon believes in freedom and fuck Nazis, but also he's not brave. He's not brave enough, or he's too old, or whatever, like, to join the resistance or whatever. Like, he's not
helping the cops, but he's not helping the cops.
Yeah, I fight kaijus and big problems, like, and disasters, and so I fight the problems big enough in front of me that are I can control.
But that generational problem of, like, okay, well, that's how you split the hair, but how are your kids raised?
And in
both dimensions,
in neither dimension can he pass his values on to his kids, right? In a way that is meaningful or sticks, right?
And granted, in our world, that means that Peacemaker's not the fucking clan member that he wants him to be.
But in the other world, it means that Keith and it sounds like Peacemaker are kind of with the whole Nazi world. They don't see it as a big deal or a problem.
Oh yeah, that must have been your friend that I chased down the street. I thought one got out.
And Augie,
holy shit! And when Augie's like, "Why would you? Why would
you chase one?" And I thought she got like, and you can see that Augie's like, "Look, man, we're not fighting against the Nazis, but you don't have to fucking do their dirty work."
Right. It's a quick moment, and because of how fast it goes, it leaves Chris just broken with him going, I don't think he was. I don't know for sure, but I wanted to talk to him for 5 more minutes. I don't know if my dad here is the same.
Yeah. No, he was leading up to a point.
I get a vibe.
Well, the dad was like, okay, we're going to send you back through. And Keith was like, what? We're going to just send my brother's murderer through? And he's like, look, I believe this guy when he says it was an accident.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I loved your brother, but you know what he was like.
The writing in that scene of look, I love your brother. Well, I mean, Dad, the tone of your voice and your word choice is making me feel like you didn't. And he's not wrong.
Well, in this...
But you knew how he was. No, I don't, Dad.
And in our universe, in our universe, his kids were much better people than him, and he doesn't love them.
Right.
And in this universe, he loves his kids.
But he's disappointed.
But they're worse people than he is.
Yeah, he's disappointed.
Yeah. It is a fascinating, very, flip side of the coin. In a way that's interesting, more so than the Scrabble or O on the other side of it. That's all dumb.
No,
this is the interesting.
I kind of think it's funny that to make those jokes, they lean into no, those differences are dumb.
Yeah.
And only Vigilante is this enamored with them. But the Robert Patrick reveal in the kitchen like that really makes me want to go back and watch the scene of them when he tugs his ear.
Yeah.
Because I think that moment's probably in a way. Like he says, no, there's been something off with this guy. Been something off with the entire time.
I think if I think
if you go back and rewatch it,
I think it's a thing he probably tries to do with his Chris, and Chris flinches away.
Right.
And Dad, stop doing that to me.
Right.
And this Chris.
And I kind of want to go back and rewatch it, knowing, wondering if Patrick was planning for,
And I really think that Robert Patrick, fucking Augie, knew his kid was not his kid because this kid he likes.
Right.
Because he likes this kid, and that's the tip off, and that sucks.
Right.
I could do a whole fucking paper on the reflective storytelling
universe of this.
This is why you do mirror universes. This is great stuff.
No, this is just fucking gold. Economos getting trapped and just being the biggest coward in the fucking world, man. Also, Eagly. You're just selfish.
You're just selfish.
Why would I want a string?
God damn it.
But also, Economos cares about Eagly, man. He's gonna go get him some fucking...
Well, what he's sad later, he's sad since Peacemaker went to jail, he's just hiding in here. I want to go try and get some cold cuts to lure him out of here.
So when they come back to this universe, that whole escape, man, Harcourt...
Well, let's not go back between John Cena's biggest moment, I think, because Augie gets stabbed by Vigilante.
Oh my God.
Augie gets stabbed by Vigilante, which is great because, again, Vigilante knows where the weak spots are.
Knows where the weak spot in the armor is.
He's like, okay. And
he puts that
I love that John Cena doesn't actually blame Vigilante. There's no problem with him there.
No.
Because he knows Vigilante thinks he's doing the right thing. He's helping.
It's really fundamentally not any different than you accidentally killing your doppelganger.
Yeah. No, he's in...
You can't know.
The fact that Chris never even brings it up, being mad about it, feels... In another show, I'd be like, why didn't he bring that up? That feels Chris to me. It feels
totally Chris. What he does is blame himself as a cursed fucking person who gets everyone around him killed.
Keith goes after him after Augie gets killed, and he's wailing on Chris, and Chris won't fight back. And then all of his friends, they're not leaving here without him.
Right.
And so if that means they gotta kill Chris...
Eagly included.
Oh, man, Eagly's going for the fucking juggler. If they gotta kill Chris, or if they gotta kill Keith in front of Chris, that's what they're doing.
What's about to happen.
And they're about to do it, and John Cena has a great fucking breakdown scream of stop, just stop, please.
Yeah.
Begging them to not... He can't watch his brother die in front of him again.
I can't kill my brother
very,
twice.
Very powerful stuff.
And they basically drag Economo, drag everybody back through the fucking door. Harcourt turns around, give me his gun.
But he said, give me your fucking gun. And just going I can't have you coming after him.
Yep. And if the cops and everybody hadn't burst through the fucking door right then, and Vigilante basically like she has to bail.
I think
and
I've seen.
Kicks the door shut.
I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but I've definitely seen that trope before of a couple that like one person has forgiven an abuser of theirs or a villain of the show and has forgiven them, and it was a big deal that they let them live, and it was a great character growth moment for them, but their spouse or their significant other
still stays back and
and like
murder.
Yeah, that was good for them, but you and I both know you gotta fucking die.
Yeah.
Like the fact that like I don't have a investment or a character growth arc with you, so you just gotta go.
Oh yeah, no, they forgave you. I can live with this.
I wish I could think of I've seen that before.
Well, I know I've seen it in comics with like Wolverine staying behind.
Yeah, that's definitely a Logan move.
We're hey man, so that's the whole. I'm reading a run of X-Force where that's the whole premise of X-Force. Cyclops is running X-Force and has disbanded it because that's not what the X-Men are about. And Wolverine went, cool, but the list of missions you had to do still need done. So we're definitely still disbanded. Don't worry about us, Scott. Gonna go to the bar for a bit. And they expressly say of like, no, this just lets Scott sleep at night.
That leads us into the next episode where they've turned over the portal device.
Yep.
Rick Flag and them are going insane.
Man, and good for Judo Master for back in the play there when Chris just throws it down and is like,
yes.
So arrest me. I'm the one that had the portal device. Every one of these people to a man came across that dimension and convinced me to come turn this into Argus. Here you go.
I mean, it's not a huge ask. He's just trying to not be a dick.
But also, Judo Master's just been a dick sometimes.
Yeah.
You could have flicked a fucking Cheeto at him.
Cheetos with an H aren't as good. Cheetos with an H on the end. So here's another point why this season is not as strong as season 1, even though some of its emotional highs are a little higher. And here's the fact that, so Rick Flag's a completely different character for 15 minutes in this than he has been in any other.
Enough so that I thought he was a doppelganger.
Yeah, and that you and I both had that thought was like, oh, they're fucking up here.
Right.
This is too much
because
club.
Like, I get him being his moment of genuinely breaking rules to hate Peacemaker at the very, very end. Like, no, I'm just going to fuck
that
you.
Makes sense.
That makes sense. Him laughing while he's drinking coffee while people die doesn't make sense.
He's a new Amanda Waller. That doesn't really track. And also, him letting everyone do lines of coke off the fucking, like, what is going on here?
Right.
But the idea is that they're callously letting a bunch of the grunts die in order to investigate the different portal dimensions. And so the portal dimensions are like a candy land with a bunch of fucking
that was hilarious. All these weird little munchkin
gnome
trolls.
things, that eat a guy QP's fucking face off.
Pull titties.
Man, a lot of those doors seem to end with you pulling people back, usually with them getting bitten.
Right. As soon as they started testing doors, like, oh, thank God, that one's locked.
Yeah.
You were like, so what happens if you open one into a black hole?
Yeah, I was like, what's
it's like
void?
Door number 4, 3 or 4.
They immediately hit it.
They do it really quickly.
Well, I was like, there's no rule that says this has to be in an atmosphere, right?
Right, and it's like suddenly it's down.
Yeah, like
as soon as you're through the door, you're falling.
Oof, yeah, and like gravity's like, there's no rules to this anymore.
Right.
Like
there's no reason you wouldn't time trap here.
Yeah, what is time like man, you couldn't pay me enough to be the guy that opens those fucking doors.
Nope. I don't even that one looks aristocratic. Look, that seems worse.
I don't know, maybe that one's full of Victorian ghosts.
All I can think is Cabin in the Woods, man. Don't touch anything
maybe
in
I'll
this
come back
fucking
and possessed by a fucking old English woman.
Right.
I don't know. Fuck that place.
The zombies that come back. The skull spiders.
They're also pilgrim zombies. That was an interesting part of it.
Right.
But also, the skull spiders, they just kind of slowly and
Tim Meadows is like,
Yeah.
And they end up using it for
They use it for the dumbest fucking reason.
I do like that the dumbness of the reason is the main anger point for
if they were going to use it for resource,
Bordeaux,
you can see why. Okay, this is a resource that obviously, since it's sustainable, like the worry at first was that it was going to rip a hole in the universe.
Right. But this one has no wobble.
But this one doesn't. Is this one stable? So we can just use it. So we're gonna find places with resources or space or like just anything that could be useful, new elements, whatever, scientific discoveries. There's a whole fucking list of reasons you could use this for.
Right.
Rick Flag has the dumbest first thought military thing to use it for.
Same dumb thing Lex was doing it for him.
And it's like, oh, you want to build a prison on the planet? No, the planet is the prison. And on one level, I'm like, okay, I'm not saying you can't use this door thing for that also, but it shouldn't be the first thing you use it for.
Yeah,
This should be a thing we figure out you're using it for, and shame on you like 2 seasons later.
Right.
But the fact that this seems to be the only thing you're doing with it is what pisses off Cyborg Lady.
Yeah, Sasha Bordeaux.
And like, wait, so my friend got his face bitten off by a Candyland troll?
But this is what broke you?
Like... I had to shoot Tim Meadows had to shoot a guy in the face that he liked.
Right.
Because he was bit by a pilgrim zombie. This is stupid. Like, that they're dying in dumb ways, but also for a dumb...
For nothing, just because Flag hates you guys.
They don't mind dying in dumb ways. They mind dying for a dumb reason.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, we live in the DC universe. We're all gonna die in a dumb way.
Maybe dying is part of working at Argus, but dying for something fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's a bridge too far.
Right.
I can't fucking work with that.
Like, I thought I worked for Hydra. You're saying I work for AIM?
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Fuck.
I don't even get to work with for the good ones.
Right.
Oh, that sucks. MODOK? Oh man, where's Red Skull? And so basically this whole last episode is just a bunch of falling action sort of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And they finally figure out where Chris is, since they get Sasha on their side, they can finally figure out where Chris is. Good use of that character to like, and I guess maybe that's why Rick and them are such dicks. You have to convince one of the other crew to switch sides.
Right.
So it has to be very clear and distinct that they are callously...
This is not what I like. No. I signed up for the original cruelty. This is dumb.
But it also kind of makes Rick Flag not act like himself for a minute.
Right.
And I know next season we're going to have to walk back and remember that, oh, but Rick Flag's a reasonable guy. Well, he wasn't for 10 minutes here.
For like 15 minutes there.
Like he was a pretty unreasonable dude here.
And
like, what's his name was like, for a guy that lambasted Luthor, all of a sudden you seem to be pretty gung-ho about doing the thing he wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah, they even call it out, which is not the same as not doing it.
Right.
I think, what was the other...
Well, so he does have a point about Arkham and Bell Rev are jokes as prisons.
Oh, yeah.
They suck. And if we could find in Fantastic Four, I think Reed Richards has a prison in the neutral zone or whatever, right? In the quantum realm or some shit.
Yeah.
But he has in the forbidden zone, whatever. But he has a prison where they keep metahumans there.
Mm-hmm.
They still break out, but like, or they have the raft, or they have a place where like, okay, it's actually too dangerous to keep you on planet.
Right.
I get that, but the fact that you're going to let them loose, you're not going to build a prison on that planet.
Mm-hmm.
You're letting them loose on a resource-rich planet.
Right.
So the most powerful metahuman you send there is now king of a resource completely abundant planet and will now build a fucking new world. It won't be a problem right now, but eventually you're going to pop open to deliver a prisoner and there's going to be a more advanced world there that you won't be ready for.
Well, and we know that James Gunn loves to just go with whatever, like the way he's left it. Wherever he uses all this next, someone's going to have to go rescue Chris from this world now. But we don't know that time, and I don't know that this is decided yet, but we don't know that time runs the same there.
No.
Like anywhere between 64 million years and 65 million years probably look exactly the same on the particular green field, you know? I don't know. Back in the dinosaur times.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Who's to fucking know? The next time they open this door, so DC's had a comic called Warlord before. Mm-hmm. That's literally just a dude kind of dropped in a savage land that becomes fucking king of it.
Oh, okay.
It would crack me up if like Chris is now Warlord, or you know, if like they come back to like Planet Peacemaker.
Well, they drop him in because they're gonna test it and like just to make sure it's safe for the human body. Because oh man, we would hate to. I mean, you're non-extraditing all these people. Like the legality of this has to be
right. Are you really dotting I's and crossing T's on this? What the
this
fuck?
feels fucked up.
So I do love. So that's where Chris gets left after getting hoodwinked. All of that comes after them setting up checkmate.
Checkmate, which is really cool.
Adebayo basically going to her.
So that them breaking up is a good arc for this particular season's character arc. I just don't understand why we why we abandoned the first character arc of her learning she didn't want to do this.
Right.
And now all of a sudden she learns she does want to do this.
And I think it's just seriously we regretted where we left Adebayo when we.
Yeah.
Because
which is fine, I guess.
Because I absolutely understand that's Amanda Waller's daughter. It was a joke to ever think that she was gonna not do something spycraft related.
Right.
But also, I don't mind the plot of a character that swore she never wanted to do that and then did it for a minute and went, yeah, I can't ever just go I'm sorry. I know last year I said I could run a pet store with you, but that was before I saved the world from moth aliens. But we never ever have that conversation.
And now we have
Adebayo never makes it's simple as that. She never even makes that argument that we see on screen of like, I can't run a pet store with you. I fought aliens last year.
And now we have two canonically gay characters with Adebayo and Judo Master, but now neither of them is in a relationship anymore. Mm-hmm. So it reminds me a little bit of Mr. Terrific on Arrow of like, oh, he's gay. He's just never in a relationship.
Right.
So we never have to show him kiss a dude on CW.
Right.
Like, it annoys me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know if there's a third season of Peacemaker or if this is just going to be.
I'm assuming James Gunn is so in charge. Like,
I would think there would be.
If there's no third season of Peacemaker, it's because he wants to do Checkmate as a season instead.
Right.
Like,
either way, we know damn well they're going to go rescue Peacemaker in another DCU property somewhere.
Yeah. They got to do Rick Flag again if they want to do something with Creature Commandos.
Right. Not all these things are going to be connected, but there's going to be some big main tissue ones that will be.
But yeah, Rick Flag will all of a sudden act like a completely different character in the next Superman movie or Supergirl or wherever he shows up. He
definitely will be doing lines of coke.
Yeah. And I've accepted that. That's part and parcel for this kind of weird mess of a universe.
Right. Well, the type of comic bookiness that Gunn is going for here.
Yeah. But where I'm really I really like it and can accept the kind of bugs with it of the system is the fact that it really highlights the character arc of Chris and his friends really coming around and convincing him he's not cursed.
Right.
Is a great thing of like Adebayo is like, you made me believe in miracles. I watched a eagle hug a human. And it's really like tear-inducing, vigilante. I don't want to kill shit without you. Economos, he's the biggest coward in the world, and look at how many times he's stuck his neck out for you. And it ends with Harcourt like finally like, hey, did it mean something? What? So
we finally learn what happened on the boat, which any normal adults would assume they fucked.
I couldn't believe they acted
Harcourt like so closed off that it actually she's fucked other people. She's fucked Red Flag Jr.
Absolutely.
What crushed her was having a dance and a kiss.
Oh my god.
And I usually harp on the like, God damn it, quit slow motion and everything. Mm-hmm. But when they spin out in slow motion,
they're both terrified.
The moment that you get by it being slow is getting to see them both be scared shitless.
Yeah. That's a really effective.
It was wonderful.
Well, also a great shot, like that you noticed in the beginning where he's in his in the prison and he moves back into the bed so that he can slouch down and put his feet out and he can look actually small in the shot.
There's some I don't know all the stuff behind it, but there's some camera lens stuff, some angle, like the amount of planning and shot composition to make John Cena suddenly look small.
Yeah.
Was remarkable.
I'd had to put some work in it.
I'm not saying it's like Elf, but it's pretty good. Yeah.
And whether or not it meant anything, like what made anything. God damn
Harcourt, fuck the boat.
And since we've seen it already, everyone is just yelling at the screen. I can just hear everyone yelling at the screen. Of course it meant, like, if it, now that I know it was just a kiss, it has to have been something.
No one would be this weird about it.
Like, no one would be this fucking psychotic about it.
Yeah, it meant everything. And like, oh.
Yeah.
And then him going back inside and
He's
just
dancing.
Yeah.
Because a girl likes him.
Yeah.
Well, he's also Chris being very emotionally connected and smart is like, I think he says in this episode, like Adrian, his brother was mean to him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's why he's best friends with me. I give off the big brother energy he wants, and like really understanding, like, oh, he really actually knows
He gets
what his relationship is like. He understands, like, the minute he understands that Rick Flag was Harcourt's friend or whatever, and is like, oh, I immediately now understand why you were so weird about it and why we can't work, basically. I don't know how much of that is John Cena and is bleeding over into Chris, but I feel like John Cena is like a genuinely open,
lovable dude,
dude, and I think that really bleeds into this.
Yeah.
In a way that's really cool.
If you'd told me 5-10 years ago that I would give any shits about the comic book character Peacemaker.
Yeah. And then he got a real logistically,
No, wouldn't happen. Yeah. Was a surprising finale. It doesn't feel quite like the finale I expected, but also I was heartwarmed by it. It's so much sweeter than I thought it would be.
Yeah. There's no big battle. They don't really have to like go and save Chris. They just convince Vigilante to use his ill-gotten money to bail him out.
But at the same time, I was like, fuck yeah. Like I found myself like cheering.
Yeah, you know? No, it's really exciting. They play the theme song.
Yeah.
It's really fun. There's like based on the timing, I'm like, okay, there's one drop left of a thing here.
And they let Fosse Shazam just play a video, basically. Yeah.
I think this season was quite good.
Yeah, same.
I
would recommend watching Peacemaker.
I would still think season 1 is pretty flawless to me.
Damn, yeah.
Like it's really excellent.
I do love that it's the same cop that comes to the door.
Yes, that's a great little thing for it.
All right, well, let's move on to the entree.
Yes.
All right. That's about all of that. All right, let's talk about the Netflix series Black Rabbit. So Black Rabbit is an American crime thriller television miniseries created by Zach Balin and Kate Sussman for Netflix. Stars Jude Law and Jason Bateman as brothers. Was released by Netflix on September 18th, 2025. I didn't know a whole lot about this. I had the actors mixed up. I had everything. I barely glanced at Netflix thumbnail about it and was like, well, that's obviously Ewan McGregor and someone. But no, it's Bateman and a scraggly beard. Who would have known it? So I didn't really know a whole lot about this when I started it. And I ended up enjoying this quite a bit, even though it's a fucking ride. First of all, I didn't think Jude Law and Jason Bateman would be brothers believably in anything. And
they got gregreat chemistry. Honestly,
they have weirdly good chemistry.
They either got to be brothers or they got to do a rom-com together.
Right.
Like,
because
they give off the vibe of you're like, I love you, but I hate you in a way that is brotherly or an ex that you can't get rid of.
Hard to get across to. So the premise is when the owner of a New York City hotspot, Law, allows his chaotic brother back into his life, which that's also an unfair characterization of the two of them a little bit.
I'll get to that, but
he opens the door to escalating dangers that threaten to bring everything he's built down. That's incredibly charitable to Law. The events seem loosely based on the controversies surrounding the restaurant The Spotted Pig in New York City. Which that's fun. I didn't realize that. So basically at the start of this, it seems like...
Well, they start off with a heist in mid-progress, and they cut backwards to 6 months ago, where Jude Law is being held up at his restaurant. Things are going well. They're
like showing off like a bunch of jewelry,
designer
watches.
Yeah, it's a big night for
Rolex
something. I forget exactly what. Maybe he's announcing the playroom or pool room that he was trying to do.
Yeah.
But it's a big night, whatever. And he gets robbed during it, and during it, he's like, they're trying to take his fucking watch, and his friend is trying to like keep him going. The tension is building, and then it cuts to like, what was it? A month earlier.
Yeah.
Like, and then it slowly reveals like what is going on with that. Sometimes they cut back to that night, but it takes until like episode 6, I want to say, until it gets really caught up there.
I was afraid they were going to dole it out until the final episode was going to be the robbery, and I was really glad when they got to the robbery at 6, and then because aftermath of the robbery is a huge third act of the show.
Because Jude Law is running a restaurant named the Black Rabbit in this in the show. And it's named after his band, which is named after the Playboy magazine. But his band and him and Jason Bateman were apparently in a band together. And so I like this show too, but I do have some complaints. One complaint is some information they do not get across in any
that band.
I don't know how big their band is.
No, neither do I. And it goes by easily forget that the band exists until the dude recognizes Bateman and he's like, "Well, you won the prize. You're buying the drinks."
Yeah,
you would be completely fair to say what band.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter except for the fact that must be how Jude Law knows his musician or his music producer friend.
Yes. Well, it sounds like when their band fizzled out after one local hit.
I thought his friend was a music producer, but also his album came out at the end of it, and I was like,
is he a
rapper?
Law used to manage him, and that is literally one line of dialogue in 8 episodes.
Wow. Okay.
So like, there's some little stuff like that when it lands correctly makes the show feel tightly written, and when it misses, and you realize that not only did it miss you, but it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I know that I don't know. Maybe that makes it feel real for some people, but it just feels like some of that just didn't matter. You could have left that out.
Yeah, some of it doesn't matter. Some of it I feel like does, and I won't know because I missed it.
Right.
But there's some character stuff like the chef character that they spend a lot of time on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. She's right. She's always very right.
No. Jude Law is terrible, also, and she sees it the whole time.
It's kind of not interesting.
Yeah, and
to a point where I'm like. And she tries to take the restaurant away from him.
Basically, like, and that comes across as too much club, like too vicious, because we don't know her.
Yeah, and I don't know her, and I'm like, also, go start your own restaurants. Don't take this over. This is dumb.
Right.
Don't use his best friend to go behind his back. Like,
so when we cut back from this robbery to like where things are, let's say the quote unquote now.
Yeah, Jason Bateman is in Vegas.
Like Reno?
No, Reno. Yeah, that's what he is.
Shittier Vegas.
Yeah.
And he is trying to sell this coin collection in this car. What actually hooked me on the show, I think what made it feel different even than like the first episode of Duster or whatever, things trying to be a retro crime, whatever, is this scene. That the guys basically shake Bateman down of like, fuck you, we're going to take the coins and eat a dick. And Bateman just really trying to get away from him, but he absolutely kills that dude. And then running him over the second time almost feels like an accident.
Well, the first time it was like, I'm not going to let you guys take away my clothes. So he just drives at them without really thinking it through.
Right.
And then he's like shocked that he's killed like one of them and then rolls over the second one. I'm pretty sure. Because he just ducks down when they try and shoot him.
Yep. And he's I knew what show I was in by the immediacy of the escalation and clusterfuck that like through no skill or anything, you just accidentally killed 2 people in this scene. And are having to roll so that when he's calling his brother of like, so I got to get the fuck out of here.
So he rolls back into a town he probably shouldn't roll back into because he's got some. It sounded like it got forgiven,
but it felt like a good setup for why you could have. This is a town you should not roll back into for real stakes, but you are because I just watched you leave. Even real like no matter how bad you tell me your time in are they in New York your time in New York was I watched you kill 2 dudes in a parking lot in Reno.
Of I'm gonna go take a loan shark on for a thing I owe rather than a murder rap.
Absolutely.
Like I'm gonna take the easier problem.
But from an audience standpoint, I watched the murders and I don't know about the other guy, so I'm like, yeah, go back to New York, fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck off. And honestly,
how bad could it be?
It sounds like it
shouldn't have been that bad.
The debt also turns out probably should have been forgiven, or at least not increased with the whatever interest
to the full vig that it
because he's not dealing with the old man.
Yeah,
he's dealing with his kid.
So Mancuso, I think, might be the best part of the show.
It's a great
deaf, hard ass mobster who really understands. We talked about like when you were watching Bookie, the there's the way you think this works on TV, and then there's the no, be sensible about this.
Well, he's not a loan shark, he's a bookie.
Right.
Which is different because Jason Bateman was in on sports betting.
Right.
And so bookies, how you handle that is you cut off someone from betting. And then they'll pay their tab in order to bet again.
Right.
Because they're addicts.
Yeah.
Like, it's a problem that kind of takes care of itself.
And so suddenly turning it into an amount of money that Bateman just simply cannot pay.
It's dumb.
Like no one can pay.
It's a bad business decision.
And I love that I started to realize that like there was going to be a Florida man kind of aspect to this of like, oh man, no two of you can get a smart plan off the ground because everyone around you is kind of a fucking idiot. Or not discussing plans.
Well,
with each other.
you keep it to a reasonable amount, and then you fuck them on the juice over an extended 10-year period.
Right, but you can't do it all at once, or he'll do something insane.
Yeah, or just won't pay. Like
they cut. So within very short order, Bateman is run back by the restaurant, reintroduced himself back into Jude Law's life,
which he used to own half of.
Right, and we don't. And at the start
actually,
of it,
it was his idea.
Yeah, and you don't. At the start of the series, we've only seen Bateman be a piece of shit, and by all accounts, it sounds like Jude Law's got it together.
Jude Law seems like the responsible one because he makes the
and over the course of the show,
in
a remarkable way, I think you learn that Jude Law's shit is a fucking shell.
Yeah,
and that
he's
Bateman's really the more.
He's a different level of broke.
Right. And Bateman, honestly, ever since they were kids, has been the one making the hard, real choices and living with real consequences.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they reveal that later with what happened with their dad. But that was a great way to show that, like, one of you is living with knowing how shitty you really are.
Also, you find out that they've been keeping that secret from each other when they didn't need to. They could have been shared. They could have always shared their burden. Like that to me felt like the closest to like a crux of a theme of the show. Like they always could have been sharing this burden, but didn't know it and didn't do it.
Well, and then so Bateman comes back into town and basically immediately drags Law into this, and Law is like immediately kind of like, okay, I don't quite believe your story about helping out some chick.
Whatever he tells him, he can't be in Reno.
Yeah, but also, he kind of like, all right, you can sleep on my couch. And
Law asks about it like 2 episodes later, and Bateman for a moment has no
idea what he's fucking talking about.
It's great. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
and then after a while, I think before the debt really comes into it, he like, hey, I had a waitress quit because there's another storyline with the waitress and
their bartender,
the bartender that
which has got to be most of their real money flow
in a regular of theirs that is a friend of what's his face that is a fucking creep,
another
sex
rich guy,
that's spiking drinks, but she quits, and Jude Law, in his defense, no one told him about that, but also they got told by it sounds like he got told about lesser stuff and didn't do shit about it.
Like dude's handsy or whatever.
But also when he was told, he did like, hey, I don't want to go into it right now, but Jules, he's fucking gone.
Yeah, you need to keep him away from. Yeah, don't let him in this party.
And there's a comedy of errors to a point where a lot of people think that just because I told you to legitimately, I can't go into it right now, but I need you to take my word on it to do this thing or don't do this thing. Right. I can't explain to you why right now, but for the love of God, just it should be enough that I just say
they're dead right, and it should be enough.
And it should be enough that I just said it.
But no two characters in the show have enough trust.
Because his best friend lets that dude in.
Yep.
Because he's
like
just
Tony lets that dude in. Yeah, or whatever.
And I just said, yeah.
Yeah. So as all these things start to run into each other and kind of pile up and clusterfuck, I found myself kind of really enjoying the clip through the show, and then being surprised at ep 6 when
they get into the dead of it, and then Jason Bateman really gets into hot water. He tries to gamble his way out of it again, only to get fucked.
Almost does it. We learn a lot about the loser attitude, addict nature of him. That he sets himself up to fail.
Well, the fact that the fact that he gambled pretty smartly, except for the fact that there was a guy to his right, between him and the dealer, as he's playing blackjack.
But it almost feels like preemptively setting up an explanation later. of why why this didn't work.
Well, he at first goes there and just plays craps,
right,
which is
like,
dumb.
The fuck, man.
Like, okay, I'm like, unless you're cheating, there's no
like,
strategy playing
that you
craps.
can fucking play.
Yeah, like blackjack. At least I'm like, okay, I'm going to assume that you're at least somewhat familiar with the rules of blackjack,
right?
And can play some of the odds if you can't just count cards.
But yeah, he sets himself up so that this guy next to him can
just fucking
rat fuck him,
bust him out. Yeah. And but
even in the moment, there's a moment where he has the money to pay the debt, and Law fucks him on it.
Well, so he gets his finger cut off, and then like,
what happened to your finger?
What happened to your finger?
Well, so your mom last night, man.
Story.
You know, it's a neat party trick, but she just like a cigar cutter, like.
It was in your mom's ass, and she's just like, walking fucking crazy.
God.
The
Bateman's really perfect.
Bateman's really great piece of shit in this.
But for those first couple episodes when you're only seeing him as a piece of shit, the first moment that he's really together with Jude Law, I think they're going around the mom's house, and Law says something like, "Have you seen Dad's coin collection?" "Nope, have never seen it." And that whole interaction, I got it, like in a way that shows want chemistry to work like this, and it very rarely does. I suddenly understood why, even though I've only seen Justin Bateman's character do fucking awful shit that you wouldn't let him near you. Wait, I understand you now. Like, I get your charm by seeing you with your brother.
There is a thing that I fundamentally disagree with in this show, and it could be the general, like, what could have happened with the real life story of the bar.
Right.
But him and like Jude Law embezzling money at first seems like a great, your brother is just a better maintained grifter
than you,
because he is embezzling money and and that's why he doesn't have the money. Like when they raise the $100,000 or 120, he needs to put 100 of it back,
and he's embezzling it to pay for his kid's private school or some shit.
Yeah.
But I don't care. Whatever. I thought for the first most of the series, I thought that was also the thing that like, you're showing me that they're both the same.
And then the show slowly goes and really doesn't.
No, it likes Jude Law more.
That description you read is what the show. I'm like, the show is actually trying to portray Jude Law. Oh man, it's just a shame that his brother came back into town. And if they just took out the embezzling part of that wouldn't be. There's still a couple other things, but if they took out the embezzling part, that would have let freedom up because. Everyone else in the restaurant, like talking about the bartender, he has plausible deniability of like, well, you didn't tell me directly about the thing, and then when he was directly told about it, he didn't take direct action, but he did take some action. Yeah. It just didn't work. And then when the chef says that, hey, I need you to be with me, but your brother needs to go, he agrees to that, but at first it's like, but he's my brother, like the chef knows he's kind of putting him in a shitty position, but also you understand why. And then the chef is mad because the brother is under a mistake because he just didn't tell the brother.
Right.
And I was like, cool. He didn't tell the brother yet.
Right. But at the same time, we've got
at no point in the show did he make a promise to tell him at that party specifically.
No, you decided. She decided that.
She decided that. And so there's a lot in the show that is after I want to say the third episode where the embezzlement part comes in, the show bends over backwards to paint Jude Law in a sympathetic light.
Right. While at the same time showing Law, I mean, he is absolutely, I'm sorry, but I don't care where your heart is, keep it in your pants. Yeah. With your friend's girl.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And like they're doing things that are that you're torn. You're like, what are you trying to show me? Or is it one or the,
And here's how I know that they fucked up.
Going forward, I think we're about to get into severe spoilers for the end of Black Rabbit. So where they leave it, that the only reason Jude Law should be happy that Bateman came back into town is because he finally got real closure that ends with his brother dead. So that makes this entire thing that happened, Bateman finally giving up on his life.
Yeah.
And somehow in a way that feels like forgiving his brother.
Well, also he still maintains that restaurant or opens a different restaurant.
Like, you're better without me, and I don't believe that.
And the show basically portrays that as, well, it's sad that his brother's gone, but Jude Law is in a better spot.
He's freed from him.
Yes, is that how it reads? And that's
I'm talking, and I'm not saying it's not an effective fucking moment when I had mentioned to you, I didn't want to spoil it before I finished it a little bit like a day before you. But that there's a moment in the writing when they first walk back into the bar, like, no, it's fine. We got to stop by the bar, but nobody's going to know we're there. So, like, that's the worst place for us to go. So it'll be the last place any sane person would look. It's honestly not a bad fucking reasoning.
Yeah.
But they step into the bar and they step into the room. It's the first time Bateman's been back in there since Wes got shot.
Yeah.
And you see Bateman look around the room while Jude Law is still doing whatever fucking, I gotta go to the safe and do this and get the blah, blah, blah. He's doing the plan. Bateman's looking around the room and you see it cross Bateman's face that I deserve to die for this. And if Jude Law had been a more fucking attentive brother, which is just not his character, but to me it's a character flaw that the show wants me to ignore and like him through. And I'm mad at him for either not seeing it or willfully ignoring the drop the room like it's haunted cold. I guarantee that room dropped 3 degrees when that fucking cloud crosses Bateman's face, and within 5 minutes he has stepped backwards off the roof and is gone.
It could be a personal.
Also, that metal fucking thud Foley was painful.
It could be my personal distaste of anything that ends like this, but like the fact that the suicide is treated like a beautiful thing that his brother did for him.
That he owed this to someone, or no, it is a tragedy. Like everyone failed Bateman that this is how this ended for him when it didn't have to. Everybody was paid. Everything was done. Yeah, and
the show doesn't really like. It feels like the show is trying to teach me a weird lesson that I don't really agree with here.
No, and I'm talking. I cried when Bateman died for the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
like I cried mad at him because don't do that. And because for 5 minutes I'm watching the screen going, he's about to fucking kill himself, and it doesn't matter how much I yell on screen, Jude Law's not going to see it.
The only way to fix that would be Jude Law to be seriously mad at his brother for almost an episode for killing himself. Like, why did he think he had to do that for me? And then self-reflect and really think.
My first thought, would I have been happier if Bateman had been doing something else or talking about, like, you know what, for my kid, I'll just go ahead and go to the cops and it'll shake out how it shakes out or whatever. Mm-hmm. And turn around and see Jude Law make the run in the jump.
Yeah.
And go to black not knowing if he made the jump.
Sure.
But knowing that Jude Law, if there's anyone that owes Justin Bateman an outright crazy thing that might kill you, but just quit being quit acting like you're above me.
Yeah, I suppose we skipped over some of the stuff like so there's a guy in a wheelchair in the episode that they bring in. Apparently Jason Bateman, the reason he's not part of this restaurant anymore is that he ran it kind of like a frat house. Mm-hmm. And when they got coked up and drunk. Real,
it's still the brand that Law wants to make money on.
Yeah.
Is the Chaos Coke House.
And when they bring up so there was a joke you once said about a thing, and like, well, I was joking, like, you laughed, like, what was I supposed to say? And Jude Law does have some self-reflection there, and like,
right,
to treat him like a bad person, but also like I think they bring up
it turns out Club 54 is a terrible place or whatever. Yeah, like shocker. And
I don't think he does he do anything differently with his new
it doesn't seem like it. Just all it seems like is that he got rid of Bateman, and really the only reason he got rid of Bateman is because. Without consulting Bateman, just going to the financiers of the restaurant and their lawyer, he makes a deal. Bateman makes a drunk ass coked up. Bartender's also coked up and drunk. Yeah, they make a bet to run and do this stupid. We're gonna leap from the roof and we're gonna catch the fire escape. And the other dude just misses and is in a wheelchair now.
To the point that half the restaurant is split on who's at fault.
Right,
on that.
Bateman chickens out and doesn't run. Like a sane person.
It's not lost on me that most of the dudes are on Bateman's side and the women aren't.
Right.
Like, it's not lost on me on that. But
and even though, the guy in the wheelchair, when he shows up later, it is still, you can tell, is very much mad about it. But even he admits at one point of like, hey man, I was also coked up and drunk. So like, I'm mad at you for not jumping as well. But I jumped. I'm an adult. Come on. But without consulting Bateman or anything, just, hey, it's a done deal. This is the best that you could get. I take my word for it.
Yeah. I thought they were going to reveal later that didn't
go down that way.
That Jude Law fucked him out.
Because I was wondering that too.
Yeah.
Because Law has a habit of just being like, well, I don't know. I guess it just fucks you, but who would want that?
Yeah.
And they make a deal to just basically pay Bartender off with like $500,000, which the only way Bateman's going to get that money is to sell his stake in the restaurant or whatever
which
it is.
leaves him with like $100,000,
Yeah.
which is enough to at that time pay off that bookie debt.
Yes.
Which of course he doesn't do.
No, he just skips out.
But anyway, the debt gets is blown up. Like, it used to be 70, now it's at 140. The mob guy, the deaf mob guy, is basically like, well, now that my son has said that, that's the way it is, and now I can't lose face.
I loved that, of like the dad being kind of mad of like,
It's
God, no, but now you've said it, and so
it's dumb.
Yeah.
And he's trying to be reasonable about it, like let them pay off in installments and do a thing, trying to be as reasonable about this unreasonable situation as possible, so that he doesn't have to kill these two guys that he knew their dad and knew their dad was a piece of shit and kind of likes them.
Yeah.
Like, and kind of likes Bateman and Law.
I'm not sure that Bateman's not deaf guy's son.
Right. I'm not 100% sure either.
He looks more like him. Like, as soon as they brought that up and like, you know what your mom called me? No.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I think he makes a joke about it. Like,
I think I know.
if you're about to make a thing of like my father, and he makes a joke out of it. So I don't think they're trying to go that way.
Right. But the Junior, the mobster's idiot son, that idiot kid is hilariously terrible every time he's on screen.
He tries to Bateman tries to fix a problem with how much money they owe, because he promises the full amount when actually they don't have it.
Right.
So now they want it all at once rather than the installments. He blames the waitress or the bartender that has quit. And like that, we got to go deal with that. He had to go deal with that problem.
He's been sober for like 2 years, and they start pouring scotch down him, and like he just lets the name Anna slip out and realizes pretty fast, like, fuck, shit.
Well, then they're trying to convince him to, like, well, Law kind of hung you out to dry. And at this point in the show, he did.
Yeah.
And so they go over to, I don't know what, because they're dumb.
I don't even know what their plan was.
What's their plan?
But I kind of love that they really weren't planning on.
I guess to intimidate her to, like, not say anything, which she wasn't saying anything. Like, it's a dumb...
No.
And also, they accidentally kill her,
right,
to a point where Jules's fixer was
and they don't even know that she has the money. She has more than enough money in an envelope in there then. They just don't even know it.
Yeah.
Because Jules, the fucking rich perv, his fixer, which is a whole separate problem, is sitting outside. Like... Yeah,
waiting for her to go to Europe or whatever.
Right, just like dumb halfway finished plan on top of dumb halfway finished plan is the best part of the show. Where the show could have been truly brilliant for me, the directing of each episode kind of has some style. Laura Linney, Bateman directs several. Like, I like the look of the show. It's got a quiet kind of style. But I thought we were doing a show where at the start you show me Scumbag Brother and Ritzy Brother. And across the series, I come to understand that only Scumbag Brother has any morals, and Ritzy Brother is a piece of shit.
And
I thought it was as simple as that. And midway through realizing that, oh, no, you guys believe in Jude Law.
And Bateman turns out to be the one robbing the Black Rabbit genuinely. Not as I thought he was like trying to help, but like...
That was the absolute fail point for him.
Oh.
Of like, what the fuck?
I thought Bateman was a better person than this.
Like, what the fuck? And just... And I know that the watch was supposed to be the tie together of like, he is so personally, emotionally mad at his brother at this moment. And that's why he gives a fuck about this watch. But it's what gets everyone
in that place killed.
Right. And like, I get that from
Junior is the instigator, but also Bateman is the one that gets everyone killed.
And that's why Bateman decides, I don't deserve to live through this. Like, it maths out, but it wasn't as satisfying as what I thought I was about to get.
Well, to the point where they show later everyone else in the show and where they're at after everything is done. And they show the chef open up her own restaurant with her... And
Tony lived.
And and Tony lived, and I'm like,
I'm glad Tony lived, but I actually don't care about
I don't care about what's her name, like, which is weird. She's not wrong in any point of it.
No, it's not quite like hating Skylar in Breaking Bad, but I don't like the chef, even though she's right.
I feel mad. I feel gross.
I think it's her fucking Law out of it with when she talks Wes into fucking Law out of it, because she's who reveals, hey, they're fucking right.
It's her trying to do the quiet takeover.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, you're losing all your high ground morally.
Right. That's what it is. I think it's her ambition makes her lose
also
high
her
ground.
being a black woman. I hope is not the one. Like, why does it feel like I'm victim blaming? Of like, why are you fucking this up? And also, Wes tries to help Jude Law out. I think we never really get his reasoning by the end of it, even though he's in the middle of fucking him. But then when he sees his
So from I guarantee whether it makes any sense character-wise,
Jude Law never realizes. I don't think that
what Wes was doing.
Wes was about to fuck him on that.
No, I don't think so. We were talking about that. Like, I don't think he knows Wes was going to sell him out.
Yeah.
So I think that from a metaphor, whatever, purely symbolic standpoint,
I don't care enough about Wes.
That's Wes trying to teach Law to let the personal Wes is going to sell him out on the thing, but not because of any true business reason, but because you're fucking his girl.
Yeah.
Even though his girl was done with Wes already.
The fact, no.
Like that, Law didn't kill that relationship.
No.
And I think that just symbolically, like having Wes be the one going, "Hey man, let the watch thing go," is Wes trying to tell Law to stop letting the personal get in the way of business.
Be a bigger person.
From a poetry class symbolism standpoint, I see it, but it just made it a confusing. Dude, sit down. Hey, stop helping, man. You just wouldn't have got shot if you just not helped.
Well, also,
stop helping.
He's as a black man in a tense situation with guns, he does the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen.
No, it's insane. And I don't know that Junior would have shot Law to get the watch off his hand. Junior shot dude
Wes, because Wes is
creeping
up.
Big dude creeping up.
Yeah.
About the third time I say stop moving. Man,
maybe it was his privilege from being richer or something, or
I think so. I'll manage this situation. Let me control it. Yeah.
But I don't care enough about Wes for that metaphor or that lesson to really land.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care enough about the chef. I don't care enough about Tony. I don't care enough about Jude Law's kid or Jason Bateman's kid.
No, Jude Law's kid's just weird.
Jason Bateman's kid is a fucking moron.
Oh my god!
That won't leave off of a moral stand.
When Law just screams at her, like you
killed your dad.
Got your dad killed.
Yeah, and to a point where and she goes to her aunt now way too late in a way that okay, you had to know this was dangerous.
Right.
I understand.
I thought you were with so-and-so. No, I refuse to go. Oh, my God.
And it's just a point of well, no, the plot needs me to be kidnapped. It was basically what she might have said.
Right.
The moments between Law and Bateman are what make this sing.
Yeah.
And really go with it, but it's also what makes it fall flat at the end. Because what they're setting up is not what gets paid off.
Right. There was a better show we were heading towards, I think.
There was a show where Jason Bateman is a better person than Jude Law, but more of a criminal.
Right. Right.
Because Bateman has the excuse of being a degenerate addict,
right.
Gambling addict, alcohol abuse.
Right.
It sounded like he did coke. He got into the party scene for when they had a band,
right?
And
right.
Law seemed to be the responsible brother that I'll handle the business side of it.
Yeah, well, and I think it's telling that when they were kids, Bateman got up, saw Mom about to be killed.
Yeah,
Dad was about to kill that woman in the floor, and killed Dad, and Law stayed in bed.
Mm-hmm.
So Bateman dropped the bowling ball, Law stayed in bed.
Well,
but Law was fully fucking aware of it.
Yeah.
Like we see in the flashback of Law, that he crept out and then crept back and laid back down.
I thought
which feels very telling for the rest of y'all's lives.
So I guess the metaphor I was thinking of was that sure, Jason Bateman is fucking up by doing the things he's doing, but doing nothing is worse.
Right.
That sitting back and doing nothing is actually a bigger at least Jason.
And that Law keeps reaping the benefits while Bateman reaps the consequence.
Bateman, all of his bad decisions aside, all of them are from trying to pay off this debt.
Right.
Up until the heist. The heist is just personal.
Right.
And he's trying to pay off the debt because they're going to go after his kids, and it's all at one point in the halfway point, I'm not sure if it was in the shooting or the writing or whatever, but it feels like I'm going to say it's in the shooting that they were writing this into where Jude Law was the more sympathetic brother, and that it was a tragedy that Jason Bateman came and wrecked his life, but also good because he finally got closure out of it.
But when the rubber met the road with the chemistry where it is,
Bateman comes off as too likable.
Yeah, because I sympathize with that scumbag's choices at every turn.
Yeah, and Jude Law comes off as a little too sleazy.
Yeah, yeah.
I
know. I think I'm supposed to, on paper, I'm supposed to believe the relationship with the ex-wife and the son more, and that he really cares about his employees and stuff.
Yeah,
and
I don't think.
And I don't really.
I thought they were setting up that he didn't care about that, but then they keep showing stuff that he did. Like him actually saying Jules don't come. I was like, oh, he's a different guy than I thought he was. I thought he was gonna fully ignore that, and just go like, Jules is way too big of a client.
Right.
And like, but the fact that he like legitimately, he doesn't give an explanation, which is again is a mistake, but also he's the boss. He shouldn't have to.
Right. But that, and that is the better theme of the show that works overall, is that like, this should be enough for me to say, don't do this, but I know it won't be.
Right. And Wes isn't a good enough, like him trying to like rack up charges because he owns a restaurant. Right. It's not how you run a restaurant.
No, my God. I have no idea if it all tracks with how restaurants fucking work. On the money.
Well, I mean, it must be like, the restaurant is working enough to where he can skim off the top of it.
It's
but
why
also
I was like,
poor.
You got to get a bartender back in here, because that's got to be the only place turning cash over like that.
Yeah.
But overall, I would recommend watching it. It like you said, it sings on the chemistry of Bateman and Law, who have just shockingly good charm together.
Yes.
And it was absolutely hilarious watching the one criminal they interact with that gets all their shit done professionally is Jeffy.
Yes. Jeffy, the fucking, greased up, like...
yeah, the burn the house down for the insurance money is the only guy who shows up with the check exactly the next day when he... And brings him a half a sandwich. He doesn't take it because, like, I try not to eat during my felonies.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need a half a sandwich from a stranger on the bridge.
And he takes a big chunk of the percentage because, like, it's like in the next day you're getting the...
When I'm talking, Jeffy comes through.
Comes through on the dot, time-wise.
And even Bateman's
on the
like,
dime.
Hugs him like, God damn, go Jeffy. Fuck, man. Yeah, that's amazing.
What a professional arsonist for insurance that guy is.
Right? Go, man, props to Jeffy. Dude should have ads, man. I hope Jeffy's hooked up with Saul. That's the lawyer for him, man. Yeah. So I think it's probably going to... Unless you got anything else to add on Black Rabbit.
Just one other thing, like, it is crazy to me how much money they paid to pay off this one loan.
I think they creep up on $750,000 at least.
They creep up on $1 million to pay $140,000 because at some point they get
$500,000. Which should have been $70,000. It feels like Parker, man. It feels like
they give $500,000 to like stay quiet about the Jules thing. Because they have the tape on it. We like missed the tape like. And I'm like, Jude Law didn't erase that tape.
No.
And why would he erase a fucking PowerPoint? But he gets the 500. He immediately takes it to the boss and is like, call off this fucking heist.
Right.
They were only gonna get $300,000 for it anyway. This is $500,000. He doesn't cash it in and get like for 300. He just gives them the whole thing in order for this to go away after paying the full like 140. And then on top, like,
no, I literally want all of this to stop and you to forget you know me.
Yeah.
Is this enough? And that old man, like, yep.
Yeah. But he can't control his kid in any way.
Yeah. Him just being casually deaf was fucking great. That ended up actually making for one of the tensest, like, everybody kind of quiet whispering while they sign.
Well, him showing up
fucking
to Jude
awesome.
Law afterwards and them just kind of commiserating that their loved ones are dead and like, well, there's nothing we can do about it now. Like,
there's a scene where they're trying to figure out where Bateman would have gone to hide before the handler for the son, Chris Coy from The Deuce, before he goes off to find the daughter. There's a moment where they're all like the Mancuso, the deaf mob boss or bookie, and another one of his heavies and Chris Coy are standing down there like all signing at the discussion. It's one of the coolest little mob conversations of them trying, like, one of the other guys
look at me look at him,
like, yeah, and like one of the other guys signs a name of like, it could be so and so, and like watching someone interrupt in sign language, like, no,
yeah,
and like, it was fucking cool. Way more fun. There should be way more casual, just deaf characters in shows. Let's be real. It was super neat, and made for some really fun, like, especially talking to, like you said, in a fucking Hector Salazar kind of way, like talking to a mob boss, where the tendency is to turn around and talk to the guy behind you who is translating everything you're saying.
Yeah.
But you can't talk to the just like any foreign dignitary. Don't talk to the translator. Talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't talk to him. Don't look at me. Look at him.
Yeah.
Like, so good. I was really surprised with how good all of that works. And then that same actor, man, he can play so likable and sweet and so psychotic in such a quick turn that, like, I forgot what his character's name is, the handler, starts with a B, but Junior's responsible party that just goes with the idiot son. Yeah, his babysitter. When he turns up to pick up Bateman's daughter, and just really with no change in his voice, hey, you're going to get in that car, or I'm going to put you in that car. Yeah,
we're going to have to shoot you here in the street.
Right. And utterly believable. I think a lot of actors would have put some weight on it. And it somehow works better.
Let it be casual. Like, this is just your day-to-day.
That, and he gets probably, in a show that has a lot of good lines, honestly, but he gets my favorite line of the entire show. There's a moment where he is trying to explain to Jude Law that you absolutely have to give your brother up to my boss.
Yes, yeah.
And he says, now I'm going to explain to you what's going to happen because I've seen it and you haven't.
Yeah.
And I was like, how have I never heard anyone in a crime show say that before? Of like, so there's no way for a normal person to see my boss do what he's going to do twice. But I've seen it multiple times. So let me walk you through how this is going to go. And, you know, like no one else who's seen it, if you're on the receiving end of it, you don't survive it.
Well, it's
so
like,
you would never see it again.
I don't want to be here with his kid, threatening his kid. And I also don't want to see that happen. And I don't want to clean up after.
But I fully believed in that moment that this man has seen it happen before and wishes he hadn't.
Yeah.
Still sees it some nights.
Like, and no, it's some fucked up shit.
I'm going to spare you what's going to happen to your brother, you know.
Well, because, like, when they get to the brother, like, hey, we're going to put a bullet in your brother. That's just going to happen.
Right.
But that's just a bullet.
That's just a bullet,
like,
man.
It'll be quick. It'll be fine. Don't make us have to, like, do some shit in order to get to your brother.
Right. Because I've seen, like, I've seen it. You have it. Yeah. Just, that was probably my favorite line of the whole series.
And you will give your brother up by the end of it, so let's skip to the end.
Right. Absolutely.
I was disappointed overall, but I guess I wouldn't disrecommend it. I think I was a little more disappointed than you.
Yeah, I overall enjoyed it. I still hate the ending. Not to an Umbrella Academy level.
The ending is confusing.
The overall theme gets muddled and confused, and I will always put a black mark against any show that seems to give me a character out of powering up another character with their death. I hate that.
Yeah.
Every time. So next week, a show that hopefully we don't hate. We're going to go over to Peacock and watch the first 4 episodes of, I think, what was originally a web series. They're short episodes. Patreon choice from Jean-Paul. Older, hotter, wiser.
All right.
Not just talking about me. Talking about the show title over on
that's
Peacock.
Not a reality show?
It's actually about so meta. It's about a character like an influencer moving to Hollywood. So we'll see if we love it or not. But until next time,
TV Dudes out.